the play centers on a woman named Cate who has been in a long-term marriage, and they are in a bit of a rough patch. She comes to know that one of their next door neighbors has been living a double life. He has two wives in two different places, two different cities. And something about that starts to kind of catch her imagination in a certain kind of way and fascinate her. And she ends up falling into a flirtation with a man who owns a flower shop. And that man that she meets starts to kind of haunt her. And I don't mean that like literally as a ghost. I mean the way that people that you meet can kind of haunt your life and your imagination. I think anything you write, there's a lot of you in it and a lot that's completely invented. I think it's always a mix. And for me, I'm now at the point in my life where I've been in a long-term relationship. Many of my friends have been in long-term relationships. And I think that it's really uncharted territory to a large extent. I think there's a lot of narrative and a lot of story about first love and new love and early marriage. And I think there's actually a lot of stories about end-of-life stories and the conclusion. But I think there's this big in-between space that has all kinds of ebbs and flows and valleys and hills, and I don't think that there's a lot of stories that really explore the unique challenges of that in-between time, because it doesn't have the sort of heightened sensibility that I feel like that birth and death do. But there's something that I feel like we spend a lot of our lives in this time in between, and there's a lot of rich territory to explore, I felt. Well, I think anybody that's in any kind of long-term relationship can relate to going through a difficult time, going through a rough patch in their relationship. And I think the easy thing for people to do is to imagine, oh, remember that other guy that wanted to marry me? I should have done that. You know, not really, but I think it's absolutely human and common. I would be shocked if most people in long-term relationships didn't have a moment where they were like, did I make the right choice? Was this the right thing to do?